What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're going to be doing one of my favorite types of videos, which is a full face testing new drugstore and affordable makeup. We have a bunch of new stuff. We have the new e.l.f. cookies and cream collection, the whole collection, so I'm super stoked about that. Some new ColourPop, new Physicians Formula, a bunch of new stuff. So we are just going to do a full face first impressions, see what is good and what is not. Before we jump into today's video, I do want to let you guys know some very exciting news. If you guys did not know, I launched a jewelry collection back in November and you guys sold out the heart choker, which I love so much. For 2021 was definitely one of my most worn pieces, and now it is officially back in stock, so it can be worn in 2022 as well. I'm so excited. It is one of my favorite necklaces literally of all time. I can put a close-up on the screen of it, but it is officially back in stock, so you guys can purchase it. I will have the link to my jewelry collection right down below in the description box if you guys want to get it. And we do have the Fearless necklace in stock as well, which is also super beautiful. They layer together really nice. You can definitely get both and style them together or wear them separately. But want to let you guys know that those are back in stock. We are also working on new designs right now of stuff that is going to launch, fingers crossed, hopefully in not that long. I'm working really hard on this for you guys to get really cool pieces out for you. So I hope that you guys are excited, but thank you guys so much for selling out the first batch. And I'm so happy to be able to have them back in stock for you guys now to get your hands on if you want to. They are both under $50. So like I said, link in the description box if you want to check it out. But without further ado, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you be notified of all my future uploads. And let's get into testing this new drugstore makeup. Alrighty, we are gonna get started with a new primer from e.l.f. I'm super excited about this because you guys know I love the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It's one of my absolute favorites, but they came out with the e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams Just the Cream Putty Primer. So it looks very different than their other putty primers do. I like the black packaging. I think it's super cute. Kind of looks like a little Oreo or something. And I love cookies and cream. That's one of my favorite flavors. So I'm assuming this is going to be the same as the Poreless Putty Primer, just scented, but I don't know that for sure. This is what it looks like. It smells pretty good, but it's not overly scented, which I actually like because I don't love super scented face products overall. So a light cookies and cream scent, but it's not like overbearing. So let's just go in with this and see how it works. I'm just gonna tap it onto my skin, and it is just filling in those pores and blurring them out like the Poreless Putty Primer does. I feel like this almost has a little bit of a different feel to it though. It's a little more creamy, which I like, and feels a little bit more hydrating. The original Putty Primer just really fills in my pores. It's not necessarily hydrating, so a lot of times I pair it with another primer as well to hydrate the skin and then use that to fill in my pores or any areas that I have like a lot of texture, which for me is like right in here. So I actually really like this. I hope they keep it as like a permanent you know, product that people can get and not just like limited edition. So if anything, I feel like this almost reminds me a little bit more of their Luminous Putty Primer, that it does like the original Poreless Putty, but beautiful nonetheless. So really like this, and did a nice job of blurring out the pores, a light kind of sweet scent. And by the way, that is going to retail for $9. So I believe that's actually $1 more than the Poreless Putty Primer is. I believe that's $8. So it is $1 more. Up next, we have a little sponge. This is gonna be retailing for $5. This looks so cute. So this is the Cookies and Dreams Single Scoop Face Sponge. So let's open this up. So it's supposed to look like a little ice cream cone. This is just like, you know, cardboard. I wasn't sure if this was like supposed to be like a holder or something for the sponge, but it's not. It's just like a little part of the packaging. But the sponge is so cute. I absolutely love this. It's like a pretty kind of marble looking. So this is obviously how it looks completely dry. I'm gonna go dampen this up and use it, but definitely my prettiest sponge. So let's hope that it actually works nicely. Okay, expanded really nicely, feels super soft. So super cute, I'm excited about this. We are gonna go in now with concealer, which you guys might be like, what? We're using concealer first because we're going to be testing a powder foundation today. So when I use a powder foundation, I do my concealer first, where normally I would always do foundation first, then concealer. So we're gonna be going in with the Revlon Colorstay Skin Awaken 5-in-1 Concealer. So this is new from Revlon. I actually tried this in a previous video and really liked it, but I don't have a brand new concealer to me that I've never tried before. That's drugstore for you guys, so I'm gonna use this one today, but it is a new like drugstore concealer. So I'm gonna go in on my under eyes with this. It kind of has like a sponge top, and apply, and then we'll blend it out with the new e.l.f. sponge. And the shade I'm using is shade 40. It looks a little dark, but I think it'll be okay. And I'm just gonna pop this on some blemishes. I used a lip oil that clearly did not agree with my skin, because then I woke up and my whole like around my mouth area was like breaking out. So love that for me. Nothing a little concealer can't fix, because the product that we're gonna be going in with all over the face is definitely gonna be light. So, and this concealer does have caffeine and vitamin C in it, which is kind of interesting. It's supposed to like awaken the under eyes, and it's supposed to be a concealer, color corrector, hydrator, like all in one. I do actually like this concealer though. So I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. sponge and blend it out. It has a good coverage to it. And what I like is that it feels hydrating to the skin, like it never dried me out. and kept my under eyes feeling hydrated throughout the day. So I would recommend this as a new kind of concealer from the drugstore. And the sponge feels super soft, so I'm really happy because this, like I said, is definitely the prettiest sponge that I own. I love it even when it has product all over it. It's still so pretty, so definitely like the sponge. Okay, so that helped to give me coverage in the areas where I really needed it, which is nice. We are gonna jump in though and set those areas because I did find with this concealer, it does crease a little bit, so you definitely wanna set this with a powder. So I'm actually gonna go in with a new powder to set my under eyes before we go in and do all over our face with the powder foundation. So this is new from Physicians Formula, and this is the Butter Buddies banana powder. So it's like a light banana powder like this. So I'm gonna use this to set underneath my eyes. Ever since Wet n Wild has discontinued Reserve Your Cabana, I have been on the hunt for another drugstore under eye setting powder that is really nice. So this could be it. Let's see how it works. Ooh, this one is heavily scented and it does not smell like bananas at all. So it's kind of weird. It smells like tropically, like it smells like their butter bronzers do. Kind of like coconut, pineapple. It's just weird because it's like banana, like, I don't know. So it does not smell like banana. I do like the brightness that it's giving to my under eyes though. And it did help to kind of set that concealer in place and brighten them up a bit with the yellow tone. I just feel like because it's heavily scented, it's not gonna be a product that I'm gonna reach for like every day as a new favorite, unfortunately. All right, now I wanna go in with foundation slash powder. So basically this is new from ColourPop. I tried this in one of my recent videos. This is a different shade though that I tried. This is medium 12 today. We'll see if this works. I might need to grab a lighter one, but this is the Pretty Fresh Pressed Face Powder. So on ColourPop's website, ooh, little thing just fell out. They basically say you can use this to set a foundation product or you can use it on its own on your skin, kind of like a powder foundation. So since I already tried it to set all over my face in a previous video, I wanted to see how it worked on its own. It does come with this little pad, which sometimes powder foundations actually do work best with these. Normally I just like toss them because I don't use a lot of powder foundations, but we're gonna try it with this first and see how it looks on the skin. So I'm gonna get some on, I think this is gonna be too dark, but with my neck, it actually might end up being okay. I'm gonna kind of press this into the skin and see. I'm a big fan of the ColourPop Pretty Fresh line because it doesn't dry the skin out. So I'm really interested to see how the powder does just like on its own with someone like me who does have drier skin. Okay, this color is too dark. Give me a second. Let me grab a different one. All right, I have a lighter one now that I think should be a better match. What I love too is whether you're using this as a powder foundation or to set a liquid product, there's a ton of different shades. So often pressed powders come in very minimal amounts of shades, but they launched a large shade range with this, which is awesome. Retails for $14. I do have a affiliate code with ColourPop. It's code Kelly. So you guys can use that and get an additional 10% off if you do want to, but it's definitely an affordable price point. And this actually looks really nice on its own. Again, I'm not a big powder foundation person just because my skin is dry. So I prefer more liquid products than to just set them with a little bit of powder. But this is kind of reminding me of the Fenty powder foundation that I really like as well. That's one of the only powder foundations that really has worked for me. And this does kind of remind me of that. Even though it's a powder, it's not super drying to the skin, which is really nice. Okay, overall for myself, I would say I would probably use this more to set a liquid product. I think just getting the powder to a coverage that I like just takes more time. So I will likely use this more just to set a liquid foundation than I will just as the only product on my skin. But if you're a big fan of powder foundations or you're looking for something to set a liquid product that's not going to severely dry you out, I would recommend this because I do think it looks nice and I actually was able to build it up to a pretty good coverage on my skin. I am just gonna go in right now. I'm just using a CoverGirl brow pencil just to fill in my brows ever so slightly, and then we're gonna go in on the eyes. Alrighty, up next we are going to jump into the brand new e.l.f. Cookies and Cream eyeshadow palette. So this is gonna be retailing for $9 and comes in 8 different shades, both a mix of mattes and shimmers. Let me go ahead and open it up so you guys can really see. Here are all the colors. We kind of have an equal amount of like neutral shades, and then we do have blue. There's 4 more neutral like brown shades and then 4 blue shades. If you watch me, you know blue is not my color palette, but obviously that's what this like palette is about. I wore my blue sweater today specifically because I was like, all right, we gotta use some of these blues on our eyes. So it wouldn't necessarily be a color palette that I would gravitate towards, but I know there are a lot of people out there that do like the blue. And you could definitely do an everyday look with this, with the 4 neutral shades and then add the pop of blue if you wanted to do that. So we're gonna test everything out today. There is also a cookies and cream little brush set, which this comes with 3 different brushes, and this is gonna be retailing for $9, so it's about $3 a brush. So let me open this up as well so we can use some of these. You have a big fluffy flat shader like this, a smaller denser brush, and then a tiny little brush to pack on products. I wish there was like a big fluffy one that was more rounded, because this is a little hard to use for the crease, but we're gonna try it anyways. I'm gonna go in first with this neutral brown shade, and I'm just gonna use this first in the crease, or really more so in the upper crease area, because I'm not gonna bring any of the blue colors above my crease. So I'm just gonna buff this back and forth up here. And this shade is completely matte, so I do like that even though there's obviously a lot of color in this palette, they did give us a matte neutral transition. All right, I am just gonna go for it. We are gonna go in with this light blue color. It's almost the same as the sweater that I'm wearing. And also whenever I wear this sweater, obviously I've worn this sweater more than once. I'm an outfit repeater, but people are always like, why is your sweater like falling apart? It's like meant to look distressed. Yeah. So just thought I'd mention that, because I feel like when I've worn this in the past videos, people are always like, wait, why is she wearing a sweater that's like falling apart? This is how it came. Okay, anyways, let's go in with this blue. I'm just gonna do it on the same brush, and I'm going to bring this into the crease to begin introducing that blue to our eyes. Wow, it literally is like the same color. Blue is about as far out of my comfort zone as I could possibly go. You guys know I don't do a lot of colorful looks, but I feel completely comfortable with like oranges and pinks, even purples and greens for the most part. Blue, that's normally where I draw the line. But it's 2022, we're stepping out of our comfort zone and we're doing something different. So hope you guys are along for the ride. Let's jump in with this deeper blue. This does have shimmer to it, but I am gonna put it in the crease and use the more domed brush to do so. And let's see how this looks. Ooh. Okay. Definitely a little lackluster on this one as far as pigment goes, because I mean, it looks so pretty in the pan. When it's put in the crease, kind of loses a lot of its luster. Again, it is a shimmer. Typically, it's not a type of shade that I would put in the crease, so can't completely knock it, but I feel like we could use a little more pigment on this shade personally. These brushes are soft though, so I do like the brushes, and I am able to build up this blue shade. I'm gonna jump in with the deepest shade in the palette now. This is like a deeper, dark kind of navy, and I'm going to pack that on the outer corner and bring into that outer crease as well to kind of smoke up this look a little bit. I am getting some fallout, so I'm going in and just kind of dusting it away before I go any further. The shade is definitely deep and dark, so it's best to go in with a little and then like build it up. I feel like it's a little bit messy, but definitely workable. And this one does have shimmer to it as well. I'm kind of just like diffusing the color on the lid as I blend, but we're gonna go in with a different color all over the lid anyways. Okay, all over the lid, I'm gonna go in with this lighter blue shimmer. I'm gonna use my finger for this, and I'm gonna press it on the lid. Ooh, that's really pretty. Has a nice kind of foiled look to it. And I'm just going in with the smallest brush and packing it in any areas I couldn't get with my finger. It seems to actually be applying nicely with the brush as well, which is nice. Now I'm gonna jump in with a small liner brush and go in with this dark matte brown, and I'm gonna just press that up against the lower lash line. And I'm also gonna press it on the upper lash line close to the lashes, just to add a little bit of depth there, and then kind of like wing it out where they meet together, just so everything blends. And then I'm gonna jump in with this kind of bright, vibrant blue and buff out the lower lash line with this. That just kind of completely overtook the brown color, so it wasn't super necessary, but now I feel like we're getting some pigment from that shade. It just wasn't good to like blend into the crease. Ooh, baby, we are outside of my comfort zone. We are nowhere close to it with this look, I swear. Oh my goodness. Okay, just blending a little bit up here. And then I'm gonna jump in and mix together these two lightest shades. One's a shimmer, one's a matte. So I'm just gonna kind of mix them together and use that as a highlight in my inner corner and right beneath my brow bone. Alrighty, now, honestly, I feel like this look looks a little messy, but I tried my best when I was blending to make it as seamless and blended as possible. So I don't think it's terrible, but I can't really tell if the color is what's throwing me off or if I actually don't really like this palette as much as I like some of the other e.l.f. palettes. Like, you guys know, if you watch me, e.l.f. is one of my top favorite drugstore brands. Like, I love their e.l.f. bite-sized shadows and a lot of other eyeshadow palettes from them. This one I feel like isn't one that I'm really gonna be reaching for super frequently. Again, the colors just aren't my vibe, and I found it to be a little bit more messy than others that I've used in the past, but again, it could be just the colors that are throwing me off. So let me know your thoughts down below. I don't hate the look, but it's definitely not one that I'm gonna be itching to recreate tomorrow, if that kind of makes sense. But I know there are a lot of people out there that do like blue, and this might be a really nice, affordable palette for you to be able to get those shades in. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. I am just realizing right now that I completely forgot that there are these no budge eyeshadow kind of cream eyeshadow sticks in this collection. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the white one in my waterline. We're gonna see how it looks, because the nice thing about these kind of sticks is that you can use them as eyeliners as well. So I'll swatch the other ones so you guys can see. Apologies for not incorporating these earlier. These are gonna retail for $5 each. So we have shade Chill Zone Relax, which is a pretty blue. We have Cookie Lover, which is a brown, like a deep kind of dark brown. Midnight Milkshake, which is going to be a black. Ooh, but it does have some shimmer to it. The other two don't have any shimmer. This one does have like a silver kind of glitter in it. And then Sweet Cream, which is a white. Ooh, and that is like matte white. This reminds me of the Milk like jumbo pencil, or the NYX jumbo pencil in Milk. So we're gonna try this in our waterline, but I am gonna go in with the brown also. This one is shade Cookie Lover, and you know what I'm realizing? This one does have a little bit of shimmer in it too. So the blue and the white are matte. These both have a little bit of shimmer to them and like glitter in them, but I'm gonna go in with the brown, and I'm gonna go over where we put that eyeshadow just to define it out a little bit more and do that little wing. It does feel really creamy, which is nice. And we can just add a little bit more definition to that upper lash line with that. And now we're gonna go in with Sweet Cream on the waterline. Ooh, she is pigmented. Woo, wow. Okay, probably one of the most creamy and pigmented like white eyeliners I've used. So that is really, really nice. Really helps to awaken and open the eyes. Alrighty, now we're gonna jump in with mascara. This is not brand new. I think this has been out for like 6 months or so, but this is the Makeup Revolution Lift and Define 5D Lash Mascara. I have never tried it personally, so I figured we could give it a try and see. Because I used to be such a volume mascara kind of girl, but recently I've really liked the ones that are more lifting and defining, and that's exactly what this claims to be. So let's see. Going in on my lashes. I just recently had lash extensions removed, so my lashes are in need of a little help, for lack of a better word. So let's see how this works. It has one of those brushes that's like kind of hard and like spiky, so I don't really love that. But I do like the way it's making my lashes look. Like I do feel like it is kind of lifting and defining them, which I do like. Okay, that is about after 2 coats. I actually think it looks really, really nice, especially because my lashes, like I said, are in need of some help right now. So I actually feel like this did work. If you're looking for something that's gonna give you volume, this is not it. It really is just gonna kind of lift and define out your lashes for a little bit more of a natural look, but I do actually like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my lower lash line as well. I'm gonna jump in now with some lashes. Ardell just came out with a new line of eco-friendly lashes. So they're made of natural fibers. They have an organic cotton band, and then the tray itself is 100% biodegradable. So pretty cool. A lot of the styles were very, very minimal and toned down. This was pretty much the boldest style that they had. So this is $4.55. So I'm gonna try these today. Okay, I just trimmed them a little bit. I'm gonna go pop them on here. They feel super lightweight, which is nice. That's how I like my lashes. And I actually think they look really pretty. I like these a lot, actually. They're like dramatic without being super crazy. I think they're pretty. All right, I'm gonna pop on the other side real quick. I'm gonna put this on. They're super easy to apply too. Like the band's really flexible, which I like. I like these a lot. Up next for bronzer, I'm gonna jump in with this new one from Physicians Formula. So this is from the same line as the banana powder, but this one is the Butter Buddies bronzer. Same powerful scent, but let's see. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. Let's go in and apply and kind of bronze up the skin. It's interesting because I was never really a big fan of the Physicians Formula butter bronzer, but recently they came out with like it was like butter donut, and there's a couple, they're like different scented, and I actually really like those. But this one to me reminds me just a lot of the butter bronzer. It's just not my personal favorite, and I feel like the shade is a little orangey on me, so it's just not suited for my skin. So I wouldn't say this is a fave of mine, unfortunately. Okay, but for blush, ColourPop launched a little Valentine's Day collection. Ooh, here I am dropping them. These blushes are so stinking cute. They did drop a palette as well, which looks beautiful, but the blushes really caught my eye. I just love the little heart packaging. It's so, so cute. I think they did this last year, if I remember correctly. So I have them here. I'm gonna go through and see which one I think would be best. This one's Kiss and Tell, so it's like a really light mauve shade, really pretty. I feel like this could go with any look. Then we have Let's Dance, which is a little bit more of a corally pink. Forever Yours, which is a bit deeper. Text Me, which is a pink that has some purpley undertones to it. And then the deepest, which is Baby Cakes, which is more of like a wine type of color. So I think for today, I'm gonna use Let's Dance, and I'm gonna just pop this on the cheeks. Ooh, very pigmented, so you don't need a lot of it. That's pretty. It's also completely matte, so if you like matte blushes, this is one for you. And it's very nice packaging too. Like there's even a little mirror. I still have like the plastic coating on it. There's even a little mirror in these, which is nice. I'm gonna bring a little on my nose. Definitely super pigmented though. I'm gonna go over with my powder brush and just kind of mute it down. You really only need a little bit of these, which is nice to really get a nice kind of color product payoff. For highlight, there's a highlight in this new Physicians Formula collection. Unfortunately, mine like busted open during shipment, so it's like all broken, but I feel like we'll still be able to get the color payoff from it, so I'm gonna open it, but that's why it looks like this. I haven't tried it, but I can see obviously that it's shattered. But this is the Butter Buddies highlighter in the shade Golden Nude, so I'm just gonna like carefully open this, carefully as I can. Ooh, oh my, This is bad. Maybe this was not a good idea. Oh goodness. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah. She definitely didn't make it. All right, hang on. We're gonna make it work. I am determined to try the new products. Let me clean off my hand now, covered in all this. Oh my goodness. All right, I dipped a highlight brush in there. It's actually really pretty. Like, this is probably my favorite product from that collection, but it, of course, is like busted open, but I can always just go buy a new one at one of the local drugstores. But this is actually really pretty. Like a pretty kind of golden highlight. I like it. All right, to finish out, we have some lip products. So this one I'm really excited about. This is new from e.l.f. This is the Cookies and Dreams Cookie Crumble Lip Exfoliator. My lips have been so dry. So I would love a drugstore lip exfoliator because I really like the fresh one. I use that a lot, but obviously it's expensive. So would love to find like a drugstore kind of version. So we're gonna go with this and see how it works on exfoliating the lips. Ooh, okay. Wouldn't recommend tasting it, but it does kind of taste like cookies and cream. Has that same scent. And it does feel like rough, but not too rough on the lips, but it does feel like it's doing something. Ooh. Okay, I actually really like this. So now I kind of put it on, then I'm gonna go in with my finger and just kind of exfoliate them a little bit more. And it's gonna retail for $5. And I'm gonna just remove it. It actually works nicely. I feel my lips feel smoother now. I like that. There are some lip glosses in this collection. I'm gonna go in with more of a lip color first. So as part of the new ColourPop Valentine's Day collection, they came out with these lip creams, which look really, really pretty. So we have a bunch of different kind of pinky, purpley, Valentine's Day-esque shades. So let me try and hold them all to show you guys. These are the shades. None of them really go great with our blue eye look. So I think I'm gonna use the neutral one or the most neutral one. This is Makeout. I'm gonna use this today. These are all really pretty, but I feel like it's gonna look crazy with the blue that we have on the eyes. So I'm gonna go with the more nude one, but they definitely have a lot of pretty options. And this is their lip cream formula. So they have a creamy finish to them, but they have like the pigment of a liquid lipstick. They're very pigmented and it's definitely a very nice formula. Like they almost look matte, but they feel like butter on your lips, which is really nice. And this shade is very pretty. So these I definitely like. And like I said, there's 3 different lip glosses in the new e.l.f. collection. We have one that's like a more bluish undertone, one that's like a white, and then one that's like black with sparkles. I'm like, I don't know what that one's gonna look like. These are all gonna retail for $4. So let me put some swatches so we can see. I think they're all gonna be pretty light overall color-wise, but first we have True Cream, or oh, it's Cream Come True. That's cute. So this is what, oh, ooh, this smells nice. I like that. So this is just basically like a clear kind of gloss. Really, really nice scent to it though. I like that. Then we have Brain Freeze. That's cute. This one's the more blue. Really doesn't look all that different. Like they're almost pretty much the same. This one has a little bit of a bluish undertone. Wouldn't say that you would necessarily need both. Then we have the darkest one, which is Cookie Dreams, which looks like a black with glitter that has kind of a slight like black undertone to it. I'm just gonna use the white one because I feel like that's what will look best. So again, that is Cream Come True. And I'm just gonna go in on top, get that little glossiness on my lips. These smell really nice. I feel like that's mostly like why you would get these. Definitely sweet like cookies and cream. So I do definitely like that. And it gives a pretty kind of juicy look to the lips. And last but certainly not least, to set everything in place, I wanna go in with this Makeup Revolution Coconut Restore Fixing Spray. So this is new from Makeup Revolution. And it's basically like a makeup setting spray or product that you can use kind of like throughout the day. Test out the, okay, it looks like a light kind of mist. Okay, I don't really love the coconut smell. Like, it's so weird because I like coconut, like love like pina coladas. The fake kind of coconut scent that a lot of times makeup use, I don't like that scent. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason why a lot of the physicians wearing the products I don't love. But this actually was a really light mist and actually feels very nice on the skin. Like gave me a little bit of hydration. It does have ceramides in it, so it can be used to set and refresh the skin. So it actually felt really nice. I just don't really love the scent. But I feel like that's more of a personal thing. If you like coconut, I feel like this actually felt very nice on the skin and had a super light mist. So, all right, I think that was everything, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.